Hey, what's up, Crypto Army? I'm Travis, your crypto newbie, bringing you my experiences so you don't have to learn things the hard way. Just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor, and none of my content should be viewed as financial advice. If you like what my content offers, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and turn on notifications so you get notified when I publish new content. So today we're going to do a quick recap of the Safemoon Sunday AMA. And there are some big updates. Did anybody say something about a new UI for the Safemoon Wallet? Pretty cool stuff coming. So let's kick it off. So let's talk about the wallet, since I know that's what everybody's dying to find out about. We'll start there. That way if you want to get out of this video quicker, then we'll be done with it. So I'll front load all the wallet stuff from the AMA. There's a lot of other interesting stuff further in the video, so I wouldn't tune out immediately after the UI stuff is done. So big thing is 13 new countries added to the Safemoon Wallet in terms of language support. Our app is pretty much useless in countries where they can't read English. So they're working on that with 13 new languages and then some of the dialects as well. So potentially a lot more Safemoon investors coming down the pipeline because they can now read the app, which is awesome. One of the other things, bank transfer through MoonPay, that feature is still in work. It's not available in every country. They mentioned in the UK it works, and there's another country that it works, but it doesn't work in all the countries that are currently using the Safemoon wallet. But that feature is in work and should be here shortly. It's pretty much done, and they expect it to be in the next iteration of the wallet update. Now, I'm sure most of you are like me. We can't wait for everything that's not a BEP20 and ERC token to be available in the wallet. Ravencoin, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, all the other coins that are out there, trying to get those in the wallet. Well, they're working on that. So the next two that we should expect to see potentially in the next iteration is going to be Bitcoin and Dogecoin, and more to follow in the coming weeks. So they are listening and they are working on putting all those in there. They really do want this wallet to be the one source for everything crypto related. And you're going to be really interested on one of these next updates. So the reflection tracker is pretty much done. Now, what's interesting here is that a community member actually sent in kind of an example of what they think it should look like. And they adopted a lot of the features from what that community member put in there. So they're literally developing the Safemoon wallet based off of our input. So if you've got suggestions, send it in. If you've got a great design that you think would blow everybody away as far as the competition in a wallet, send it to them. Let them take a look at it, and they'll take a look at it. And potentially, they'll incorporate it. Never hurts to try. Now for a huge update as far as the wallet. Now, how many of you have multiple wallets? You got Trust Wallet, you got MetaMask, you got Coinbase Wallet, you got Safemoon Wallet, maybe you've got Phantom Wallet, maybe you got Math Wallet. There's all these different wallets out there for different blockchains and interacting with in different ways, right? What if you only had to have one? And yes, Safemoon Wallet is working on incorporating all of your wallets into their wallet. So you go to one place to see all of your wallets. Isn't that phenomenal? Can you imagine? This is going to blow every other wallet out of the water. It's a game-changing feature for Safemoon Wallet. So visualize it with me. You'll open up your Safemoon Wallet, you see all your Safemoon stuff, you hit a drop down, you say, I want to see everything in my Coinbase wallet. And there it is. You can see all of your Coinbase wallet. You hit another drop down, you see everything inside your Trust Wallet. Well, Safemoon Wallet and Trust Wallet, kind of the same thing for the most part. But you get where I'm going with this. Maybe another drop down is all of your tokens. So you can see every token that you own in one view. And they specifically addressed that because somebody asked, hey, can you guys do this? Now the disclaimer with that is that sometimes you've got the same thing in multiple wallets, but it's not the same thing. USDC is a great example. You can have USDC on Solana, and it's not the same as USDC on the Coinbase wallet, because one's an ERC20 and one's a Solana based. So they are not exchangeable. Not yet anyway. Now, they did talk a little bit about the ability to do that conversion automatically. So you could never potentially in the future, you may never be able to send it to the wrong wallet address. You send ERC20 to a Solana-based wallet, and it converts it for you. So you don't lose that, you don't lose out. Or it doesn't fail, most often what happens. These are game-changing features for the wallet. Now, the big news, and it was just kind of a by the way, was a completely new UI for the wallet. And they didn't expand on it beyond that. They talked a little bit about the night mode versus day mode, but I think that's their example of it's going to be a night and day difference between what we currently have as a UI and the future. So John's reaction, the CEO of Safemoon, was it's a friggin' amazing, is how he would describe it. So that's exciting news for the Safemoon Wallet. Now, one of the cool things that it didn't make a lot of sense because they talked about it out of order was the encryption for the wallet. We've heard a lot about this incredible encryption that's coming that's going to be light years ahead of anything else that's out there. And they were talking about it. And again, it didn't make a lot of sense because this was like 30 minutes before the revelation about being able to access multiple wallets. But essentially, when Safemoon's encryption starts, all of the connected wallets that you can now see will automatically get an upgrade for their encryption. So Safemoon Wallet will be the primary for the encryption. So they, by effect, will be on the same encryption as your Safemoon Wallet. That's how they described it. Seems pretty cool. I'm not huge on the encryption stuff, but anything that keeps my money safer, I'm all for it. And it sounds like this encryption is next level encryption that would take like 1,000 years or an AI, maybe 100 years to crack through. So it's exciting stuff. Your money's safer. My money's safer. I'm all for that. They also talked a little bit about the wind turbines, but it wasn't really anything new that we hadn't heard before. Again, they're not building wind turbines. They're kind of like a layer on wind turbines, and they talked a little bit about why they're not doing it in the U.S., which all makes sense. You know, third world countries need energy more than the U.S. does. Now, that doesn't mean that they aren't going to target the U.S. down the road for wind turbine technology, but right now they're focused on third world countries where they need it more, which makes sense. They also talked a little bit about the V2 token. So basically what we should expect stepwise is they're going to migrate the liquidity from the current token contract to the V2 contract, and then as soon as that process is done, we should get a basically 2-click. They try to get it to 1 click, but it requires 2 clicks inside of the wallet to convert from the V1 token to the V2 token, and it'll be a seamless transition. But the trigger is essentially the liquidity. They also said that pretty much everything on their side is done. They're waiting on a third party, and once that third party completes their portion, they're ready to go. But as far as the Safemoon's portion, everything's ready to go for V2 token. Now, one of the things that makes a lot of sense regarding the V2 token, we've talked about this a little bit in the past, commerce. So buying and selling with Safemoon, not the trading, not buying Safemoon, the 10% fees, but specifically buying merchandise with Safemoon. Who would buy any kind of merchandise with Safemoon and get a 10% fee? Now, if you're living in Europe and you're paying 22% VAT, 10% is a discount. But pretty much everywhere else, 10% is a lot of tax. So what they're saying is with the V2 token, you're going to have that 2% versus the 10%. So for the 9 out of 10 people that don't currently want to use Safemoon to buy anything, you're going to get those 9 people. So even though it's a 2% tax, you're going to get way more overall because you're getting significantly more volume. So this is another upgrade. This is a benefit to the community because you're going to increase the volume because you're getting those other 9 people based on their research. So this is a positive. So don't worry about the volume. You're actually going to increase volume with a 2% tax for commerce. Now, if you're buying and selling Safemoon, the 10% is still there. If you're transferring it to Grandma or something like that, I think that's when they're saying there's potentially a 2% for wall-to-wallet transfers. But for buying and selling, it's still going to be the 10%. But for the commerce-related stuff, looking at 2%, or maybe lower. They talked a lot about 2%, so I think that's probably where it's going to be. Now, for you Easter egg people out there that love a challenge, you know, these riddles they come up with, they talked a little bit about some products that are in development. They didn't really mention anything specific, but they focused on what's coming next, what are the big things. And when they asked that question, the response was accessibility, integration, and connect, with an emphasis on the word connect. So if that means something to you, go ahead and put it in the comments. If this is your first time tuning into a Safemoon recap, Safemoon loves puzzles, and a lot of the community loves them also. Now, there's a good chunk of the community that hates the puzzles and just wants to know what the heck's going on, but there's a lot of people in the community that love these puzzles, so they throw out these Easter eggs every once in a while to give people something to investigate. You got to remember, they're under NDAs, especially for the partnership type stuff where they can't talk about certain things until things have reached a certain point and all parties agree. So they try to give you an Easter egg so you can, as the community, do the research and put things together on things that they can't currently talk about, which is fun for a large portion of the community, but it's helpful to understand why they do stuff like that. And I've never heard them say that, but that's the only thing that really makes a lot of sense. Is you hear them say all the time NDAs, 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 and part of that is because they're working with other people. They're working with other companies and their partnerships. So certain things they just can't talk about. So they try to give you a breadcrumb so you can kind of figure it out on your own. Eventually they talk about it and release the information when it's getting ready to get launched. That's pretty much everything for the Safemoon AMA recap. Now there is more stuff obviously in a 1 hour long AMA, so if you want to check that out, the full video is online as well on my channel. The audio is a little low in a couple areas. I'm not 100% sure what was causing that. I think I had one of the settings for the audio lowered along with the audio on my computer, so I'll take a look at that next time just to make sure that the volume stays high. But I do apologize if that's a little too low. I was able to get through it, and I don't have external speakers. I just got the speakers on my monitor, and I was able to make through without any problems. But it might be helpful if you had some external speakers when you're watching that AMA. And I do apologize for that. And I did put a table of contents that should help you get through. Certain areas I skipped over more because it was just rapid fire question answer from one question to that. So there's just too much to put in a table of contents. But for the most part, the big things I tried to lay out on the table of contents for the video. So hopefully that'll help you out. Now, if you like this kind of content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and turn on notifications. It really does help the channel grow. Until next time, stay strong with those diamond hands. Crypto Newbie here to tell you how you can get $2,340 in free stocks. All the links I use in this video are in the description. Sign up for Webull and get 2 free stocks valued up to $2,300. Your first stock is free automatically. Deposit any amount and you get your second stock. Deposit 1 penny and you get your second stock. Total value could be up to $2,300. Generally $5 per stock is what you get. Next we have block fee. Get $10 in Bitcoin just for signing up. Read the fine print. I've got a rewards account. You'll get $40 in Bitcoin, as will I. So you know exactly what I'm going to get and what you're going to get. You do need to deposit $100 to get your $40 in Bitcoin. That's the overview how to get $2,340 just by signing up for accounts.